seen enough of him at this high level. He played in the Australian League.
Right.
He was horrible from three. In that league, he was under 30, I think it was
22%.
He was 0 for 3 from 3 last night. Didn't even get to the free throw line. I don't know. He had 3 assists, and he did have 2 steals. He can steal the ball, like his brother. But, again, I am the biggest Michael Jordan fan on the planet, but when it comes to running the franchise, I am the least of the fans, because this is horrendous what keeps happening here. And I'm sure Charlotte fans just sat back last night and said, well, here we go again.
Well, I think the thing is, still what happens is that they keep falling in the second spot. You get the second pick, and Anthony Davis goes 1 year stuck with Kid Gilchrist. You get, the third pick, and you get Adam Morris, and you could have got. So that's the thing. If it all, it's like, you get the second pick when Peyton Manning comes out, or you get the second pick with one of these franchise, one of these franchise boys. Somebody's gonna be tipped off again because Trevor Lawrence is gonna go first. They're like, well, hey.
Okay, just to remind people, and I hate to bring it back up, but under Michael's supervision, under his expertise, running the franchise, they've made the playoffs 3 times in 14 years. They got swept twice. They took the Miami Heat to 7 games once. So the record is 3-12 in the postseason under Michael, with only 3 appearances in 14 years.
Right.
That's the Eastern Conference. That's not right.
No. You need somebody to make a mistake. You need to be in the 2 spot, and somebody takes Greg Oden, and you get a Kevin Durant.
As I always tell you, sometimes the greater the player, the worse the drafter. Because he was so great.
You can't see skill.
You can't see. You just can't get, well, I could do it, but I think he can. No. So remember, he did take Kwame Brown when he was running with the first overall.
Correct.
And he wasn't bad, but he wasn't the first overall pick. And then just a few of these that I'm going to run through. Drafted Adam Morrison over Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy had a short career, but he was better, and that short career was better than Adam Morrison.
Drafted Kimba, who was really good, but he passed on Clay and Kawhi. Then he took Michael Gilchrist over Brad. Okay, no, I don't think that'll work. And then let's go down to, he took Frank Kaminsky over Devin Booker. No. He even took Malachi Richardson over Pascal Siakam. No, and then Malik Monk over Donovan Mitchell. These are just a few. Okay, it's just one after another after another. It's no good.
But think about it, Skip. What are all those guys? Those guys from prominent programs. You look at Damian Lillard, you look at some of those other guys that come from lesser programs. So he's going with the tried and true. He's going with the big name programs, the blue blood. But sometimes a Dame Lillard, you got to go off the beaten path.
You got to go off the path. I agree. You got to be able to see it and believe it and know it, and he doesn't as a team builder.
But when you're that great, and Magic said it. Magic said, I would ask the guy like, why you didn't do that? And the guy would say, Irvin, he's not you. He can't see that. He can't do. That was a gift. You don't get how. And the great. They really don't get how special they are. Because they just roll out of bed and do what they do. Michael didn't, that jumping like what? Everybody can't jump like this? Everybody can't shoot a mid-range like this? Kobe, everybody can't fight away? No! That's a gift. Everybody can't do that. And so he's thinking that, why can't I can do that in my sleep.
Yep. Yeah, now we see so many R.C. Bufords and Steve Prestes who did not play pro basketball.
Right.
They're just guys who get it.
And look at the coaches.
Okay? A lot of they didn't play.
You get very few coaches that actually played the game. I mean, you got Dicker. And Coach Dungy, I think, might be the only guy that actually played.
That dick sucker.
One super and Coach. Because it's hard. You look at Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick played lacrosse.
What?
He
so
coached
that
football.
is right down there. So be close to the chair and don't step
the below average players that make the great coaches.
I got it.
Hey.
To button this up.
Thanks.
Anthony Edwards won to Jenny's T-Wolves.
For
said after the game last night, which he was pretty good.
Bitch, you are.
1-4. Yeah. He said, it's not that hard, to be honest. He needed the transition. He said, coming out of college where I got double teamed every game, all game.
Right.
Here, they can't double because we have too many shooters. Right. So he obviously doesn't get double teamed, and he had a nice start.
Basically, it's just one-on-one. Yeah. Can you win one-on-one? Because like you said, he got D-Law, he got Carl Anthony Towns, so he's gonna be the third option. You feel better? So you're gonna probably get the third best player.
So he says it's not that hard, and LaMelo scores zero.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Everybody knows me as Destroy, but I'm Donald Delahaye.
I'm Shalom Black.
My name is Crystal London.
We have a brand called Mr.
They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position past the 40-yard line.
There was some dark clouds creeping on me, right?
The doctor said I could get Alzheimer's before I'm 40. Do I love the game of basketball that much? What am I risking it for?
I got burned. That was 9 years old. My mom was supposed to. There's a reason why this happened. I initially started YouTube and other principles. Now is the time.
We started creating content. I started vlogging my days on TV. It hit me like, hey, nobody else is doing this.
I wanted to show people that I was more than a basketball player. YouTube allowed me to just be myself, my true self.
It's changed my life.
Mr. T has transformed. Makeup is not the reason why I'm happy.
I want people to look at my channel to be inspired.
Oh, he almost picked it.
No matter what obstacle you come across, no matter who doubts you.
That's a throwback to have back. Two things you can do in that situation. Running off the football or try to take a shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter. To come out the same. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it's incomplete.
Travel restriction.
Turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive.
You don't think I've done a plan B? Academy Sports and Outdoors. It's so easy to do your Christmas shopping.
1st and 10. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin.
The Washington football team will be the NFC East 2020 champs, and the Cowboys season will officially be over, and I'll get an opportunity to grow some more, because not only am I gloating about the championship the Lakers won, but I'll be gloating to say, I told you so that you guys weren't going to make the playoffs. And I even predicted 8-8, but I don't really see that happening.
So tell me that half my team would be lost in injury. Did you tell me that?
Predict that.
To pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3-and-1 situation.
And the Broncos have to play a quarterback that was 7 pounds the day before it was.
And he will have the first before he's brought down.
Because they'll be in contention also. So that's what makes it. I think this is a game that no matter who plays now is trending in a direction that Alex Smith is going to get the start. This should be a deep. Ron Rivera tells your defense, you guys are going to have to win this game. Now, Alex Smith is normally very cautious with football, although you wouldn't know about some of the games that he played. But if he does not turn the football over or passes never plays, if they don't turn the football over, and I understand that Carolina, although they don't have a lot of ball games, they've been in all the ball games for the most part, except the last half of the Tampa games. They've been in all the ball games. But if they don't turn it over, with the way their defense is watching the football, I feel a scenario in which Carolina can drive the ball, say 2-3 times down the field, and you now, you give them short fields, all bets are off. But I'm saying, Memphis drives the football to get the ball into the end zone. I believe Alex Smith will make enough plays if he's the starter. Dwayne Haskins, if Dwayne Haskins starts or plays, all bets are off. I have no idea what's going to happen. More times than not, probably something bad will happen. But I'm going to believe Alex. I'm speaking as Alex Smith starts and finishes this ball game, and I'm going to take the Washington football team to win this division.
Able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still.
Going for it on fourth down. Head-to-head with our game.
It's complete to
Washington got flexed out of the early windows.
I'm hoping this day is the water part there. So you guys watching the game, you have to play.
If we get to water, we don't even have any reason to play.
Right. To get blown out.
Okay, my turn. I can best summarize my emotions by saying, this really hurts. As in Jalen hurts. Never have my emotions been more mixed than they have leading into this Sunday. As you know, I am the biggest Jalen Hurts fan on the planet. I am riding that bandwagon, and I didn't second guess, I first guessed. As opposed to somebody I know who leaped toward the Patrick Mahomes bandwagon after he was drafted and after he started playing in his second season. I said it right out of the box. I said the day that the Eagles stepped up and took him in the second round, I said, kaboom, that's it for your man. Give it to him. I said it's over because Jalen Hurts will prove to be the better performer at quarterback. I'm not saying he's more gifted or talented or more prototypical than Carson Wentz. He's just a better football player at that position than Carson Wentz. And I think 2 games in, most people are saying, yep, here he comes. Well, here he comes to Jerry World. Well, obviously, I am a lifelong Cowboy fan. I admit I have blue blood, and it's not royal blood, it's just Cowboy blue blood. And I cannot help myself because I feel once again, I just feel it right now. I'm being sucked down into the Cowboy trap. And I thought I was out of it. I got both feet out of the trap about a month ago. I said, I'm done. I'm out. And then they got me in. You can say they're teasing me, they're tormenting me, they're misguiding, misleading me.
They know they got a couple of wins in front of you, you'll come back.
And now they have pulled me back into full-on delusion, right? Where I'm saying, you know what? We've got a shot. Well, I do believe it. And I slept on it last night. I Jones.
He'll be brought down at about the 43.
And reasonable.
On the pickup there, and it'll be second.
Let's really analyze. Let's cut through what has happened.
Well, fake. Rogers. Looking deep.
I just saw them score 30 points at Cincinnati, and remember what happened Monday night at Cincinnati? Pittsburgh got shellacked by the Bengals. It was 27-17, and it really wasn't close.
But you told me it was a division rival. That's different.
Okay, but I saw my team just 2 Sundays ago, 2 weeks ago, go to Cincinnati on that same field you were watching on Monday night and score 30 points and win 30-7 over those very same Bengals. No division rivalry, I got it. Got to get turnover 3. Would you believe that over the last 2 weeks, our team is all football and turnover differential because we are 7-0. We got 3 in that game and 4 against the 49ers. So we have not turned it over in 2 weeks.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
I don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden we're 7-0 in turnovers over 2 games. Would you believe we scored 31 points against San Francisco without Ezekiel Elliott? Look, something's happening here, Mr. Sharp. I'm sorry. I think he's going to try to go limited practice. He's got to the weird part of his injury is it's not a calf contusion, so he got kicked in the leg. And it's still bothering him. I don't really get it, but I don't really care because I thought we looked a little more explosive with the guy you was called my father, Tony Pollard at running back. And I'm not saying.
Oh yeah, bitch ass nigga kicked it right back to me. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
I don't see from Zeke. I'm worried about Zeke going forward because I just think he's.
You get the idea.
Never going to be what
The
you
Packer
want.
offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive summit.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly. What you're hoping for a 3.
Talking about nigga all the way back there. I mean, pretty much that's better than the kickoff if you watching it.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hands.
We're not the defense.
Thanks to 2 early turnovers from Nick Bones, we were ahead 14-0. I didn't even know what to do with myself because it's been ages since we had a 14-0.
And then guess what? San Francisco gets right back in the ball game, and you ended up having to go nip it up. They tried to onside.
Oh, bull rush these niggas, man. Get the fuck out of my way. Not you, I'm talking about the
timing. If he's here too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
First part of this question is, can my team beat
once again here on 2nd and 10.
I don't love it, to tell you the truth, but I just have a feeling about my team that they have soft, little fire. It's not big fire, it's just little fire. It's off-radar fire, where all of a sudden, what they have left to work with after being decimated by injuries, the offensive line is playing at a decent level where Andy Dalton gets protected just enough to make 4 or 5 throws that can win a game.
So you feel that he's going to be able to get that kind of protection against Fletcher Cox and Randy Graham and Clark Dent? So that's what you believe in. You feel pretty sure right now.
That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They're all Pro Bowl quality receivers. They didn't make the Pro Bowl, but they're quality. So I say they can make enough plays. Darius Slay is coming back to
and he's got his man out of the backfield.
So that's real good for me.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over,
also
they step
hoping
aside.
that the rival quarterback has a good game. And I believe he will have a good game because everybody has a good game against my defense. So I say fairly high scoring. But I say Andy Dalton, who I used to call the best quarterback still to me since OGLK came along. Now I think Andy Dalton's the second best quarterback. But I believe because they're on a quiet little late season roll, that they will manage to turn him over a couple of times, which he has not been doing. He had the late turnover the first game he played against New Orleans, which was just terrible. But I think they'll turn him over a couple times. Javon Diggs, we'll talk about it, close from Alabama days together. He said, they're different. Because usually when you're playing your best friend, you're like, I hate this, and I don't want to.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the first
play
half.
against each other and beat each other and humiliate each other. Right? Okay, so that's what he said. I want to get him a couple times. Well, I hope he does. He's back, and he is a player, and I think he's destined to make some Pro Bowls in his career. So I have a very good feeling that my teams are enough of a role at home. They're like the only team in the league that gets fans. I don't know, it seems like every game, Jerry, there are more fans. It's like it's half full.
They went from like 5,000 to 6,000.
I look around and I say, it's half full. It's like this whole game went cold.
So let me ask you this, Gil. Here's a team, your defense. Your defense is second to last in rushing. I mean, they're last in rushing. They're second to last in scoring.
But a lot of that got picked up from all those disasters.
But here's the thing, though. And what you're doing is taking the last 2 games in order, so you want to wipe 12 previous teams and only look at the last 2 games.
Somehow this defense made peace with the new coordinator, Mike Nolan. I don't think he'll be back this year, but somehow internally, maybe led by Sean Lee, who's still the leader of that defense, who is healthy, and I think he's going to play a lot on Sunday. They all get their next drive underway.
They trail one score deficit 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10.
Somehow that defense has said, let's just do this fight again. Let's just play our technique the way he wants to play and see if we can figure this out. Marcus Lawrence has risen and shown in the last 2 Sundays.
From the
He
gun,
gave me
it's
2
Rodgers.
Pro Bowl games in a row, and I need another one against Jalen Hurts.
Before it's all said and
I just got a feeling they could win this game 30 to 27.
for 29.
So meanwhile, back at the ranch, back in Washington. Okay, look what's happening.
Oh, wow, bitch. Bitch ass nigga.
So that's back-to-back drives where they throw an interception. Ordinarily, you look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got their own straight right now.
Twice. Second time on Thanksgiving. Just annihilation. And yet, there was no pressure on them. Nobody was hearing about the least.
Well, I'm disappointed that you guys got left out because we know what you guys do in prime time. You guys every prime time. Remember every prime time game that you guys played this year? What happened? You look terrible. So I'm disappointed that you got flexed out. That they flexed Cleveland and the Giants just get this.
Yesterday, I was hoping that
Looking left side, and he's got him
between
in.
us and the Washington football team, our longtime arch rival, our bitter rival, because we got scrapped one big game, prime time at Philadelphia. How lucky were you in that game? Our seventh round rookie had to play, and he was not ready to, and I'm not sure he'll ever be ready.
To go in half number
We got scrapped with Dwayne Haskins.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Okay, well he didn't, but and now you got problems because it doesn't look like it's going to be your third string quarterback is going to hand. I think that would be fair, right? Because he's
Yeah, bitch, you ain't even score.
Yes, they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
From Colorado, undrafted rookie is like a practice squad. I was even hoping he would be your Bendanici. You're going to have to play him. Well, it's just fair. Level the playing field. You can have one game with Steven Montez. We had one with Bendanucci.
Oh, don't do that, Skip.
We have one with Garrett Gilbert. He played pretty well, actually.
We already saw. Come on, Skip. We played with a guy that many people.
This nigga saw to you celebrating that he can't score.
That should be our big.
Can't score from fucking.
7 now on
So
second
it
and
looks
goal.
like Alex Smith. He threw on the side. He's listed as limited, which means I guess he's going to play. That's what it feels
Bitch
like.
ass nigga. Who else
All
wants to score?
I gotta tell you, last time I watched Alex Smith was at San Francisco.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they had scored every time when they've gotten the lead.
Alright, I got a score on one play. You feel me, JoJo? I got a score on one play, then I got a score again.
Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
An incredibly short kick fielded right up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
Selfish, that's fine with me. And by the way, Steven Montez on the practice squad liked the tweet that called
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
It's just written out garbage, and he liked
We're
it.
just going to see a knee, and that's
I
it.
wish he was starting. But the point is, if you're stuck with Dwayne Haskins for whatever reason, they're saying, well, it's not Alex, it's still Dwayne. Your heart's going to be in it, playing for that guy after what he did to you.
So he dropping his safety on Adams. I got to throw it to the other niggas that's open.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm getting good, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this one? Onside kick attempt. Be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Very interesting call, one that backfires.
Because you believe that you said, hey,
Would start the second half of the onside kick risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side.
But it's easy to apologize and ask that man for prevention. So with that being said, I still believe the defense can win the game. Now, Alex Smith, we know Alex. He got his name checked out because he was unwilling to take risks. I looked at Alex Smith for 125 touchdowns in 5 years in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes have 112 in 45
that bullshit out of here. I
What
ain't
you have
touched
in
that
5 years. So you're probably talking about 170, 180 touchdowns. What this guy threw in 5 years. So So he's very cautious with the football. The problem is if he just can't move,
Play
it's
action,
hard for
now
him
it's
to get out of
two.
the play. Okay,
This is going to be a low-scoring affair. When I guessed the point spread on Carolina at Washington, I just thought
You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down very bounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
That's 10 in a row now. 2 in a row they lost.
On second down, a run with Breida.
And only one half. Washington up by 1.5.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Right. Well, that means Carolina
Now two are on the option. He pitches it out.
Okay. Because
Down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Last run got 6. Now second and 4.
We don't know he's
Looking
throwing
to
on the
pass
side.
to
He's
Tua.
throwing on the side, ain't throwing on the field and taking steps because he's being very cautious.
Goes in
He's not going
complete.
back
Maybe
dropping
one
the
he
drive that
wasn't a
wrong because he
fumble
doesn't want to
as he
run the
threw
risk of
it.
injury.
He certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball.
He's
The
plus three,
surprise
but
that he was covered.
So
So
I
that took his
watched the
attention
whole game
elsewhere
on
to no
Saturday
avail.
evening, Carolina at your man Aaron Rodgers on the frozen tundra. And what did I see Carolina do to your man Aaron Rodgers? The second half, they held him to 44 yards passing.
And this time he's got
Aaron
one
said,
it's
I
complete.
sucked.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. What a ball
They
game
got to
and
give
first
But
down.
here's the thing. Do you believe Green Bay's defense is the equivalent of Washington? That's what you have to ask.
Pretty good, but it's probably not.
That's what I'm saying. That front seven is relentless. Okay, this is what Chase Young. This is what those guys got to earn that money.
So this is what I love about my new man, Eddie Bridgewater. He's going to be my Bridgewater Water system. If I need Eddie Bridgewater to come up big, he's capable of winning low games when you least expect the last two New Orleans. Seattle, remember that? His first big start when he beat the Seahawks when they were right on. Okay, this is what he did. He outplayed Mahomes at Mahomes this year, and they finally lost 33-31, and he out-PPR'd.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this
Forget what he had.
Yeah.
That was the first game he had two back.
Signal
See,
for
back.
and taken successfully.
He's out. That's for fact.
Take over
Okay.
first
And what else has he done? Well,
at their own.
he did take Bridgewater and company. They went to New Orleans. They
Packer
only lost by
offense
3,
ready to get their next
27-24,
drive
2
underway. They
That
trail
was college
offense,
coach
first
for
time to
Baylor.
touch the ball in quarter 3,
They
and we'll see
played
what
with
they
that
can
old
do.
college trot. They hang in the game. They went to Minnesota won 3 out of 4 games. And they lost 28-27. I can show you a bunch of games where they hung in and played.
Yeah, they got nice offense. They got big trio wide receivers, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Samuel. Yeah, they got nice little group. Davis can run the ball. He's not Christian McCaffrey, but he can run the ball.
I agree. The 3
Now
receivers
this one
are
to his
all
tight end on the right
Okay.
side. They'll get only 3
there's a
there,
shot
so it
here,
leaves him
and
with a
I'm
third
taking
and
the
7
shot.
ahead.
I say it's going
This
to be
offense
top 7 of the
in
year.
desperate need of
And
a
it won't be
conversion
that
as
big
they
of a
get
difference.
first down.
It's going to feel the pressure, and they've got trouble at quarterback. They have issues surrounding the quarterback.
Taken down.
Low scoring.
Christian
And I believe
Wilkins
Teddy
gets
Bridgewater
to
trouble
him
balls
well
to get to
behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards.
20-17.
We getting 23. Okay. Whenever y'all get to, we get
How
the
about
3
this?
points.
4th and
And all
long,
of a
and they're
sudden,
going to
head
go
to head,
for
you
it.
can watch it unfold right before your very eyes on your two
Here we go
QBs.
on 4th down
Let's
with
see.
Rodgers.
Uh-oh.
And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
Fucking bitch.
Move to go for it predictably. They somewhat predictably
And then I'll
doesn't
really be
pay
back on the
off.
Jalen
And now
Hurts
possession will
They
go
have
over
into the
inside the
Washington season.
15-yard line.
Well, what happens if Danny Dimes in your head?
Well, people try, and Jason Garrett will try to get you the finish. He also
Trying to pitch it, and the ball's
it won't
loose.
happen.
And this is
You
going to be
already
Packer
beat them once,
football.
and just
He
something
had
about
the option there
the
and
rock,
decided
paper,
to
scissors,
keep
we
it.
did the
Exposed
division.
himself
We
and
got the
fumbled
number
it.
Yeah, and you worry about
on
the
the
hits he's
paper
going to
covering
take
the
in that
rock
situation.
the
In
Giants.
this case, not only does he take the hit,
I
he
got
coughs the
Philly
ball
beating
up,
you
as you
guys,
noted.
and I got Washington beating Carolina. It really doesn't need to happen.
Well,
They'll start out on the ground.
happen on Sunday.
He's going to get a ball down.
San Francisco will destroy Dallas.
I made the
A good
Cowboys.
run got 7 on
I
first.
did.
Here's 2nd and 3.
No, I said it was over because I
Again, it's
thought
Jones.
Washington.
And he'll be brought down short at the 38-yard line.
Seattle happened.
That was a first and 10 at the 38.
They had a confident quarterback, they would win that game.
Now Jones.
They didn't have a
And he'll
confidence.
take this up over the 41 at the
41.
41.
You know what? I see how Alex is doing it. You don't have to take unnecessary risks. We got a defense. As long as we don't give them a short field, we
And he
can win
takes
this ball
this up
game.
right near the 45-yard line.
That's okay.
Still 3 yards shy of it first as the 4-yard pickup brings up to third down.
I mean, for Monday, but I close up. Because I'm telling you out the game, okay?
I will be waiting.
This go deep from Lazard. And Rodgers
Bitch
intercepted a
ass
third time.
nigga.
Touchdown by Xavier Howard.
I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field, and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And all the way in for
I quit.
5G America's been waiting for.
This new
Fuck
iPhone
this,
Plus
I
version of
retired.
5G is incredible.
Switch and get iPhone 12 on us. Unlimited plans start at just $35. This is 5G from America's most reliable network.
Shannon, do you agree they got better because they got younger?
Well, let's see, here's the thing. Yes, I agree with that. LeBron said they got better. But it's not just because they got younger. It's the quality of player in which they got younger with. Dennis Schroeder, 27 years of age, as LeBron mentioned. Trez Harrell, 27 years of age, 6th man of the year. And you got two guys that averaged at least 18 points last year coming off the bench. And they're very, very, especially Trez is very, very motivated because he believes that the Clippers didn't believe in him. They gave up on him. They didn't like what he brought to the table, which was that the ferocity that he showed on the court, that he is hell-bent on getting every rebound. He brought that off the court. So he did. And the Clippers didn't feel he channeled it in the right way. They said, you know what, we'd be better off moving on, going in a different direction. I like Wesley Matthews, another guy that's a 3-and-D guy. He can hit the three, he can defend, and that's what you're going to need. And here's the thing, at the end of the day, you're starting to see the Lakers only have basically 2 months off. And so you're going to play 72 games, and it's going to be really condensed. So you're going to play some back-to-back. They're going to be nice that LeBron does not play, but you're going to need somebody to initiate the offense. You're going to need to be able to get up and down. And I believe with Schroeder and Trez, you'll be able to do that. Also, there's going to be some nights AD probably does not play. And LeBron is going to have to rely on those other guys to make plays also. So I like what the Lakers have done. Yes, I believe they've gotten better. They've gotten younger in their prime position. But as he mentioned, everything is going to be predicated on health skills. You got to get a little touch. You got to be able to dodge that injury bug. And so I like what they've done. The Clippers still ain't got the voice line. And then the Rondo said, nah, I'm good. Y'all losers. I don't want to play with anybody that had a 3-1 lead and gagged it off.
He also screwed you. He is no longer a Laker.
Don't you think if he wanted, he could have offered?
Fucking bitch. How you throw a pick on that and he was 15 yards up the field, man? Dad's like, you gotta hold on one, bitch ass nigga.
That's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, Coach is always talking about we get stuff for the stuff we're going to be. He even mentioned this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
The average 18. Now, he's not the pure point guard, but he can shoot the three, he can penetrate, he can pick and roll with AD, all LeBron. So I like what we have in that situation. But for you guys, blew a 3-1 lead, and I love what your Michael. Did you hear what he said yesterday about your team? Now, what did that? I just want to know. Let that have someone else.
Until people agree
on the carry, it'll be second down.
the Clippers and took the money at the 2 years, $15 million. That sounds like a Rondo-esque money.
Why is it about he took the money? He said I was with the team that was going to win the championship last year. We had a 3-1 lead, and somebody that told me, and I heard everybody, they got a team from a dog. Kawhi, BG, Bam Bam, Marcus, yada, yada, yada. And this it just showed the type of heart that they had.
Not the Clippers. It showed the type of heart Denver had. Right now, a Nugget. Why wouldn't he say that in his opening press conference? What are you talking about? How are you making such a big deal of this?
If your guys had heart, if your guys were those dogs, you get a 3-1 lead. You're not blowing that. You're not blowing a 3-1 lead with Kawhi, the best player on the planet, with playoff ball, pandemic team. How is that possible, Skip, man?
Just a couple yards there down to 17.
But hey, you got him up. You got him better. Did you know, Skip? I don't know if you knew this. Did you know James Harden blocked more shots per game than Serge
for that running play?
James Harden had more blocks.
I could tell you all last year, James Harden was playing
good
his
for
tail
2.
off on
Here's
defense.
second and 8.
Tell me about how you go, Skip, to make a long story short, to answer the Jenny question.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he's got it. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady,
I'm going to start my remarks with when you took a shot at me because you were saying Jermichael Green. Jermichael Green is just the guy.
Oh, that means just the guy.
He was in the rotation during the regular season, and then guess what? He slowly fell out of the playoff rotation. Maybe to the detriment of the Clippers. They fell out because he averaged 21 minutes a game in the regular season and kept falling down to 17 minutes in post, as did his numbers. He averaged 6 points and 4 rebounds in the playoffs. Wow. They're crushed. They're devastated because they lost Jermichael Green to the Denver Nuggets.
When you're replacing
First and 10.
We got Marcus Morris. That's all I care about. We got the ultimate dog.
No. We got Keith.
Yeah.
Keith the champion.
Which is the better of the twins?
Keith.
Oh, stop it. Look at their numbers. Look at their
They got the same numbers.
Yeah, they don't have the same numbers. This guy is the ultimate. He's a bodyguard. He's a difference maker. He's a big shot taker.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way.
Now let's go to the biggest picture here. Your team as the favorite. They were not the favorite last year because even all the way going into the playoffs, my team, the Clippers, was favored to win it all in the bubble. You are now a 3-1 favorite, and the Clippers has fallen into a tie with the Bucks for the second choice at 11-2. The Nets, and we're about to talk about KD, is back. The Nets, they're the third choice at 6-1. So, now, the NBA has rewarded you with a nice marquee game on Christmas Day, right? It's a marquee game, but one in which you were already favored by 8 points on some websites to win the game. So, the Dallas Mavericks. So, they have the next Larry Bird.
Good running football keeps him only a yard.
They got rewarded with the home game. So I give you that. It's the victor goes the choice.
So you would put champ on the roll.
The Clippers got punished by being sent to the team that punished them in the playoffs. They embarrassed, humiliated, and just bum rushed them right out of the playoffs.
This is going to lead to another first down as the tackles made at the Bucks' 44-yard line. 23 yards to pick
They
up
did
there.
not. They were pointing toward you guys. They got to 3-1 and they said, okay, we're there. No, you're really not there because that other team can really play. And if you give them openings, they will run right through the door that you be barely cracked open. So my team in 3 straight closeout games had at least 15 points, 19 points in the next game, and in game 7, 12 points, and could not slam the door shut on Jokic and Jamal Murray, who are really, really good. And Denver is loaded top to bottom, and they got a tiny bit better because they put Jermichael Green in their rotation. I'm not sure that he'll be a starter for the Denver Nuggets, but again, it was a nice add at $15 million. So I will give you that. They are now, the Nuggets, a 4-point favorite over the Clippers on Christmas. It should say 9. Yeah, I got you right now. Oh, yeah, I got the program. Thank you very much.
3 yards
now
the game there,
and
second
I
down.
love it that LeBron is doing a podcast, the Road Tripping Podcast, and he is sitting to
Throwing again on second down.
and you know what? He has celebrated so hard in this very abbreviated offseason. Is he still going to be I don't know. I hope not. He's putting wine and tequila, or he's going to the hard stuff. During the podcast, they said, I read this, that he was sipping tequila. Okay,
Skip, you look at him, he was chugging it.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I saw the clips of it.
Nice mellow, chill.
Now whistles here, flag down.
We got better because we got younger.
Right.
I'll give you that. He said we got a 27-year-old point guard.
Try again now.
27-year-old, sixth man of the year.
Right.
Yeah, you did. You got younger, but you got way dicier in your locker room because we have already talked about it. You have already acknowledged Dennis Schroeder's
Fucking bullshit.
They are just scathing and shocking because he says this big stuff I'm done with. I want to be a starter, and I should be the starting point guard for the Lakers. Last time I checked, that position belongs to the King. And Dennis Schroeder had the audacity, the nerve, the delusional, just brazenness to just step out there in his opening press conference and say, I want to start, and I want LeBron. I'm going to bring the ball up and LeBron to play off the ball. You are kidding me.
Well, Skip, we might get hit with one of those Jake Paul players in those Saturdays.
Maybe. Okay, and even you said, yeah, that's all your long went off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, flag went up in the back of the line like, that would be a problem. That's the first problem. And then guess what, ladies and gentlemen? My Clippers actually let Montrezl Harrell go because he was such a locker room problem. So now you have a narrative or embrace our problem. He was a problem because he was becoming a star. He was on his way to winning six-man here. And he openly and brazenly and maybe delusionally challenged the two new stars of the Clippers, Kawhi and Paul George. There were occasions in the playoffs when Paul George deserved to be challenged. Maybe not publicly, but he would have challenged him privately, but I think it got completely out of hand. It got where he could not even invite them to the same room anymore.
I think the thing, the problem with the Trey you have to understand your place in the technical. Is that Trey is one of the guys who played hard and practiced hard all the time. And that wasn't going to be Kawhi and Paul George. And you have to understand, Trey, I can see if that's LeBron and AD, questioning whether the guys are playing hard, that's one thing. But when you got the two guys that the franchise is tied to, even though you're an up-and-coming player and you're a sixth man of the year, you're having an outstanding season, that's not going to go over well.
It's not going to go over well. So, addition by subtraction.
From the gun, it's Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cameron Brate there to make the grab.
Everyone makes
the
mistakes.
Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch
But
their
life is
lead.
as forgiving as the general. As the general do come. Each of the last of insurance.
Big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find himself open for an easy touchdown.
And he'll bang that one through.
We've seen enough. This is more trouble than it's worth. All of a sudden, the
I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick.
Let's send him
Now
upstairs.
the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have two
Good luck
remaining
with that,
as we
because
step
guess what
aside here
happens
in
when you
this
win
second
sixth
quarter.
man of the year and you have an ego as big as Montrezl? You can usually back it
You're
up.
trying to get that money because he knows he's going to be up in a contract.
Now opinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown.
The third man of the year, and maybe even the second man of the year, because he's going to start challenging LeBron and Anthony Davis to be tougher, defensively tougher. Come on, you guys. You're choking.
You know, here's the difference
Take over
is because Trey has realized that the two superstars in this team have never been
Packer
leaders.
offense ready to get their
Kawhi
next
was never a
drive
leader.
underway.
When he leaded
To this
San
point, the
Antonio,
results have
was
not
that
been
Kim
good.
Duncan,
2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's he the leader, Toronto, or was that Kyle Lowry?
I don't know. I think
Kyle Lowry was the leader. Kawhi Leonard had that skill. If you're the leader, if you're that guy, Kawhi Leonard's leadership style worked well if everything is going along the road smoothly. But anytime there is a flat time, anytime there is a check engine light comes on, he doesn't know what the hell to do because all he says is, I'm going to go play my game, y'all figure it out. He's not calling a team meeting. He's not going to have a team together where you bring all the guys together and y'all have a good time and you work it out. That's not him.
We'll hand you off to Orlando.
I'm not saying Kawhi is a great player. Great players doesn't necessarily make great leaders. Great leaders not necessarily always a great player. So two things can be true. And I believe in this situation they're very true.
Off the
So,
play fake to Jones. Here's
build the
Rodgers.
leadership for him.
They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there on the first down.
Staff, two guys I have huge respect for. Larry Drew,
that's complete.
He'll take
this to the other side of midfield before going out of
Larry
bounds.
Drew really know the run inside and out. They know his strengths and they definitely know his weaknesses. So I love that they're in charge. They're in charge. And I love it that Chauncey Billups has moved back out of the broadcast booth because he was supposed to be a commentator, back down to the bench chair where he's going to be seated alongside those two. Mr. Big Shot is now going to be helping teach these guys out in basketball games. I love that coaching staff.
Yeah, I love it too. You remember when my dad, with Chauncey, my dog,
sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. You have to shake yourself out of it.
On Mosquito, on Parker Road.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
7 yards to pick up
I
there.
believe that Doc's voice just rang hollow to his team.
At the
I think he
39-yard
got
line.
sick and tired of the bubble and of this team, and he was just throwing up his hands saying, you guys figure it out. You're up 15, you're up 19, you're up 12. You guys just do it. Go figure it out. They needed somebody to take over and fill up.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first
Dribble
half.
the ball up and then go 1-on-2 and create.
LeBron do that. LeBron did that for years. LeBron did that for years before he got AD.
Well, he had AD last year.
You had Paul George.
Yeah,
Before being taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
See this notion.
Brady now
Paul
on
George.
first down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up second down.
You know that, I know that. But let me tell you what happened at the bubble. You remember that game they had? Where LeBron,
And he's going to go down.
with that mark,
Near
right before the
midfield at
shutdown.
49.
With
It
Bill
was
Handy.
Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts.
knows who to go
As they
with.
stop the clock at 12 seconds to
Still
go in
Handy
the
knows
first
it's
half.
Michael Jordan. Period, end of story. He would not even utter that kind of blasphemy.
Bill Handy say, go,
The
what you
sack
want.
backs him up
Him,
third and long.
he
Tough
refused to
challenge
address
for Brady and
him
the
by
Bucs.
name, but you knew who him was. And what did he do? Okay, we get down to
He
the
sets
bubble, the
up the
first
screen,
game.
Jones.
What did he do to him, Skip? Not only did he hit the game with his basket, he said, I want these, you want, made him get a ball up to Paul George and lock Paul George up and make him shoot a little ball. That's what Michael got to do in year 17. More to come.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for three, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard
Guess
attempt.
what?
Hush punch don't count against the Lakers salary cap.
And this
It comes into action. It's called right. You know what it's called, Skip.
It's
Don't
no
do
good.
that.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Moments in San Antonio, in Toronto, and LA. And one thing about my man Danny Green, everywhere he goes, great things happen.
He's set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
I'm watching the game, and I look up at Danny Green down a 3 who came in the game at Dallas.
What did you say? Oh, LeBron, what are you doing? You gonna dunk it and end the game?
I thought he was.
I know that. I know
Offense
that.
ready to get their next drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what
I
they
saw
want.
him grab Seth Curry now. He's 6 there. We're going to talk about that. And speaking of Dwight Howard, I'm glad you brought that up. Wait a second. Let me finish on your addition. Arkansas. You had it, Arkansas.
Turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
6 points and 4 rebounds.
On second
Shot
down.
29
It's
points,
Williams.
19%.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage.
Who had a
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good.
Defensive here.
That's
don't know about that. I think he's much better. I would take him over Montrezl Harrell, who is a defensive liability. One of the biggest reasons that the Clippers could not slam the door was Lou Williams did not want to be in the bubble. He's the closer, so Smart wasn't there. He wasn't Smart for match. And Montrezl Harrell could not defend anybody. He might be about 60 inches tall. And Joe
was down.
That's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there. It would have been the first sack of the game instead. They were getting close to release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
You think Ferguson's going to be able to
Tampa. To throw again. Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 31.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid shot.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come out on third down.
Arkansas is going on 36 years of age, and now LeBron's dropped hints in his podcast that we just might get Arkansas.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they start short. They lose a yard there on third. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, don't get no, he's fighting the project. He won't back down.
Okay, so he's gone. They started off.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Listen about your team.
And now a draw play. This is Jones.
How much they lost
And they'll
because
get
it's
him down as he's inside the 40.
Give
him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
If we get to the playoffs, let me ask you a question. When have Rondo not gotten hurt in the last couple of years?
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on.
The guy has surgery on his
line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
And guess what, Skip? From March, and like you said, the 5-month hiatus gave us an opportunity to have him heal up. We got to the bubble. He didn't start. He was not even playing.
11 yards there, first down.
Let me ask you a question.
Dwight Howard came and handed in 2 games.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
Touchdown. And yours.
I've been swacked.
7 yards. And the Packers are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know who we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much. You try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
He has a good guy nature to him. He's easy to live with. He's not Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, here's the thing, though.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
It makes it easier for you to move on without that guy. Now, had they struggled in the bubble with defense and three-point shooting, maybe it's like, okay, then we got to get them back. But they won the title. Without Avery Bradley.
They won the title because in game 1 of the finals,
still just a 2-score game in the third quarter, but they're going to go onside kick.
And in game 1, right on schedule, Bam got hurt.
The Buccaneers able to recover. Rams team does its job. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter, the onside kick. What'd you think?
I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Ran out of gas. My guy played 7 games like that. My guy played 6 games like that and don't miss a beat. And don't have 1 or 2. He has 5, 6, 7 games like that.
Easy when you got Anthony Davis in playoff.
There you go. And now,
you got a guy in the
catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
I think I'm the second best player on the field. Watch him make his play.
We just spent 20 minutes talking about this thing, and I ain't mentioned no baby goals. I ain't mentioned baby goals. You know, Bigfoot tears from the west side. AD, Anthony Davis, top 5 player.
Yeah. He was the best player on the team.
It don't matter. He got raised. This feeling. I heard what it was like, but to know it's about to happen, Skip. It's like if you get nominated for an award, and you finally hit your boy, and you get your name called, and the winner.
I like that. That's me. I know LeBron feels confident about repeating, but thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips on YouTube. Go watch other segments from our other shows.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The Lakers.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time. It's still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see
You
what
have
they
a lot
decide
of
to do.
the all-time greats.
They'll go again to
That
Jones.
started with another team that came from Kareem, Shaq, now LeBron, and in between you had Bob McAdoo, you had Michael Thompson. Some of the other historically great players have chosen to play for the Lakers, although they weren't drafted by the Lakers, because these are the things that they do. And this is the same thing that they did with Kobe. If you remember his last 2 years, I think he got a 2-year extension for $48 million. You're like, oh my God, why would you do that?
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
He hasn't had the joy enough for the first down that a lot of people have had, a lot of players have suffered, even later in their career. So for me, Skip, this was a no-brainer. LeBron said that when he came to the Lakers, this is the last time. In other words, the train stopped in Lakers.
It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
I don't think they're going to do a
I'm not sure LeBron is headed there either.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
LeBron will be 39 years of age, and I think at that point, he will probably be all kinds of
and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice jump there in the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
However, I play. I think it's hard to feel when you've been a great player like
And he will
LeBron.
push his way forward down to about the
Can you see yourself averaging 10, 15 points a game? I don't see that for him and up to one bank coach being like, man, I can't go, hey, I'm done. I can't be averaging 17 one night. Yeah, I can have the occasional 30-point outlet, the occasional game where y'all remember, man, that's cool. But, so for me, Skip, I think it's a no-brainer that they went ahead and did this because, like, the third year, the fourth year was an option. You tear the option up.
Manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
What is LeBron James actually want? Let me ask you a question. If you must pay a man $40 million,
enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a gain of 6. It'll be 4th down.
You ain't trying to lose no money. So if you give a man $40 million, that means you turn a profit. Somehow, some way down.
That's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, there to make the grab. And the Packers have cut it back with a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Throwing is Rodgers.
Bitch ass nigga, man. Bitch that nigga, man.
My turn. I was shocked by this announcement.
Shocked that they did what he did.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
It's the beginning of
Fourth
the
quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And truly,
I
from
know
my
he brought
heart,
analytics into the game,
it
and
makes me a little
someone said
sad
that
because
the
it
data
looks like
says that when
you
the
can
team's
see
expecting an
the end of the
onside
tunnel.
kick,
You can
80% of
see
the time,
that
the
he
team
opted
expecting
for
it, they do
security.
actually
He
recover the
has
ball,
3
which is what we
years
saw
of
here.
high-paid
I just
security.
wonder if that number is
And
much
it
more
felt
of
like
an
the beginning
anecdotal
of
type
the
of a
end.
number. Kind
That
of like
as
when
he
the
approaches
coaches
40,
talk about when you
he's done with this.
I mean, here we go.
The Lakers don't have an issue with that for sure.
Tampa Bay.
but he's like,
I mean, they ain't really throwing it much at all. I don't know why. I'm trying to play against the run, so.
Passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to it. You can find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that,
I don't know. I mean, you could go to the highest bidder. You could join forces with somebody else.
Defenses hate those guys.
If you're happy there, going to the highest bidder doesn't make any sense. If I'm happy here,
Or you can squeeze the Lakers just a little bit harder if you want to do that.
How about a linebacker? He may
Again,
have the
you got
size,
great
but
money.
he's not used to
You got
really covering in
huge
space.
money.
That's why I tell you, there's such a great advantage when you're covering
He wanted to. But then you have to play the field. And it just looked like, I'm good, this is where I want to go. And he is on pace, I'm going to knock on wood for him, given health, to, as you point out, to become the all-time leading scorer in that final year of this deal. It's probably going to take that.
Yeah.
And again, it is definitely going to take, because health is going to become an increasing issue for him as he
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive
you
underway.
missed, what, 15, 20 games. This year they cut down, you cut down another 10 games. So, you're running out of games here.
Okay, I got it.
What the fuck? Jump and catch the shit. Goddamn bitch.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Interesting man in the world. How many words have we spoken, about LeBron James on this show since we started in 2016? Dying of
Yeah.
Brady going to bring the Bucks up with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Sometimes the outcome of these games don't matter because there's always a there's always a sideshow going on in LeBron's life somewhere.
Brandon, you know how many times
You
we've
keep
done
yourself off
games
or it's just legitimate big teams that seems to swirl around him. It's not always his doing. He's just one of those guys who was born hot. You know, like there's always, he has a force field around him that creates a dynamic of stories. And man, if he does go away, he segues into a second career. He's got all kinds of options in a second career. It's going to be hard for the NBA to live back up to the legacy that he will leave just in story lines, in marquee value, because man, I just talked about opening night Clippers. Well, what do I want to watch? I want to watch LeBron versus the Clippers. I want to watch LeBron versus Luka. It's the showcase game.
First down as they're able to get the 3 down
Eastern, right around there.
His first catch, it's a first down.
Okay? He is the biggest draw in the league, right? And to me, even our Commissioner Silver had to sit back yesterday and think,
midfield, but no
would that be the beginning of the end? Is this now mapped out? Do we now see the light at the end of this tunnel into his second career?
Well, I think the thing is that when you look at it, it's like, okay, obviously when you get to this stage, you take it one year at a time. But LeBron is saying, okay, if they're willing to do this and give me the security, sure, I could probably hit the market. I could opt out after this season, even if I didn't win the championship, and probably go to somebody else because of what, as you mentioned, the funds around him, the building's going to be packed. So he's going to pay that off no matter what you pay him. He's going to pay that off in attendance alone. Let alone all the other jersey and all this, and the ad bill that goes on with LeBron being on your team. But I think for me, LeBron James is making something clear when he signed here because I want to be a Laker. I got everything else I'm with you. At the end of each thing, the money you got. I went back to Cleveland. I brought a championship to my hometown. So now it's just about LeBron James and my ultimate happiness.
Down under 2 minutes to go
going to the
in
West
this
Coast,
football
no,
game.
we've
And
never
that
lived on
one
the West
incomplete.
Coast. If we're going to be far away
Had
from
some
your mom and
possession,
dad,
but couldn't hold on,
you
and it
cool with
brings
that?
up 4th
Hey,
down.
baby, go be happy. Where he said this and that. So when I
So
have
it's
this, what I want to
Buccaneer
know.
football as we welcome you
They've
back.
always
They've
told me
got a 4th down
he's
here in a game
surprised
that looks to have been decided already.
But when LeBron said that he was never going to play for less than max money, you criticized him and said Tom Brady always takes players, so you can put players around him. Now you're saying he should have held out. He went to the hospital.
Oh, I mean, that's his strategy. That would be, if you're going on, speaking of Tom Brady, Would I be surprised if LeBron wanted to play till he's 43, 44, 40? I would not at all. And again, given his Iron Man stature, given his health this past year, given that he gets revitalized, re-energized, almost got younger looking and playing this past year, then why wouldn't he be thinking about 45?
By the time LeBron gets to 43, that's 7 more years. That's 25 years. That's I agree. I'm fair, okay?
Tom Brady is still going strong at 43.
Here's the thing. Tom Brady does not play what I would say skill position, running back, wide receiver, tight end. So,
but you do get hit. You did get hit by the Kansas City Chiefs about 15 times.
If you look at it, guys like Robert Taylor played 22 years. He played 20. You know, it's different.
This man is shocked. I would be shocked.
Yeah, I would be beyond shocked if LeBron. I would be shocked if they played last 21 years.
Okay, so I appreciate you opening my head because I do have an issue. It's not never understood it. And what would have really proved to me yesterday is if they had announced an extension in which LeBron received his final 2 years in LA, $20 million and $20 million. So, 44 goes 41 and 40 to 40.
But it bears repeating, they are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and completions. It just doesn't look like
things are into it. You can't go past X, right? So why, if you have constantly in your career complained about your top 30 is, you know,
they want to catch the ball,
then why wouldn't you do what several of the greats done in their career, which is
Bitch, what the fuck? Y'all niggas hating on me, dog.
I'll take half of what I'm worth. I really
Offense ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
The only time they would use it.
Some people don't like him, some people love him, everybody watches him. So he's worth the money, but there's a cap, and the players have accepted the cap for years.
So I don't think they have a problem with it. What? The cap. And paying LeBron and paying AD max money.
That's what's demanded. He's in the catbird seat. He can say,
gets him for a loss of 5.
you maximize your health if you're taking 41 to 44 million in those final
The Lakers just said, no, we're not going to do the deal.
So now you have 2 max players.
Hold on, time out, Skip. So how many does the Nets have?
I don't care about the Nets. I don't care about anybody. I care about this team.
Exactly. And this is the championship game.
Max it out. What is the most important thing remaining on his docket on his agenda? Don't you win championships? Yes. You need to get to 6, right? Okay. Because then you can make a case. I'm 6 and 6 and he was 6 and 0.
Let me ask you a question. How do you know that he can't still get to 6 with max money?
Well, you can, but I got to tell you, I'd like to chance a whole lot more if you maximize the rest of the team the way my man Tim Duncan always did. Look at what Tim Duncan did in his final 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Look at this. As they're winning champs of their children, 2 in the last 4 years. But Ray Allen lost 1, that's 9 games against Miami. But here's Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward ever. A man who deserved max money beyond just about anybody else in that era who was playing. And this is 2012, 2013.
Through the interception in the red zone.
9.6, and he goes all the way to 10.3, 10.3, and finishes his final year at 6.3.
Oh, man. 1 second he not deep enough, 1 second he too deep. Y'all niggas just hating on this nigga, man. That's all I'm saying.
Total 16.3 million. LeBron's going to total 85.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Now in desperation throw deep downfield.
Everybody jumping at the same time. This shit. Fucking bitches.
Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, they got to call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get continued to play.
A lot is not max money. So he said, I can not only win the championship,
when they throw the deep. You're just counting on your receiver to find it just before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Of them taking less money, LeBron still lost. So there is no guarantee if I take max money or I take less than max. then I'm going to win. So with that being the case, I'm going to take less money. I don't tell anybody, but this is what you should do, because there are a lot of people that we never ask these CEOs to take less money. We never ask a lot of people to take.
They don't play for championships.
Did they do it?
Well, they don't. There's not an actual championship to win. What's your priority? Is it to make money or win titles? You could say both, 50-50.
Exactly.
Okay.
Look, I'm trying to make. If you play a professional sport, two things should be abundantly clear. You play for money, you play for memories. And I'm trying to get as many as I can of both.
Well, that's 50-50.
Okay.
So one is going to undercut the other.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. When Michael Jordan took $30 million each of his last 2 years, why didn't you ask him to take a pay cut? Why did he take less money?
You know what Michael Jordan
No. I skip
his whole career.
He made
$93 million total. Wait a second, just to keep this in perspective. $93 million total for his entire career. LeBron is on pace now to make $433 million.
Yeah.
What?
If you know, Skip, you know inflation. Things have changed now. Hell, you could buy a Cadillac for $3,000. Can you buy a Cadillac now for $3 grand? No, you can't. Things have changed. Come on, Skip.
But Michael Jordan won his first 3 championships, making a grand total over those 3 years of $9.8 million. He's making 3-something million. I know it was a long time ago, but still, he finally got paid reasonable money because he was worth $100 million in 1998. That's what kind of draw he was. He made 30 and 33 in his last 2, and he was still underpaid.
Think about this, Skip. There are guys now. Mr. B purchased the Broncos for $68 million. He paid John Elway $65 million over his 16 years career. There are guys getting $60, $70, $80 million in signing bonus. Skip, things are different now. The money is different now. Inflation. So we can't say because, okay, that guy made this much, he can only make that. Just imagine what a guy like LT, a guy like Montana, a guy like Elway, what would they make now if they were playing now? But that was different.
Well, let's talk now in your sport, the National Football League.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the greatest player who's ever played in your league, the greatest quarterback ever, Tom Brady. Let's look at what he's done. He's made chicken feed his whole career. And then let's just go lately as he won his championships. Let's start in 2014 when they came back on the Legion of Boom in the 4th quarter to win that game. You could argue how it ended, but Tom Brady was extraordinary in the 4th quarter. He made $19 million that year. That's chicken feed.
Hold on, Skip. You said $19 million in 2014 was not chicken feed.
Well, it was compared to what a lot of others were making. So then it goes, the next year he took $13 million, and then as they pulled off the comeback for the ages against the Atlanta Falcons 2016 season, he made $14.7 million. That probably put him middle of the pack in quarterback money. Then the next year, 2017, when he sets the all-time playoff record with 505 yards passing in the Super Bowl, he made 15. Then 15 again in 2018 when they beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. This is average money at best. And then 2019, he escalated all the way to 23, and this year he took $25 million to go to Tampa. This is the greatest quarterback ever.
So that's the only way to do it. So whatever Tom Brady, that's the only way to do it. Nobody else can do it. But what about the way Mahomes?
Why did he do it? It was to maximize his supporting cast. He always made that clear. I want to maximize my ability to win rings.
But you said you didn't know what Bill Belichick, you said they didn't have any cap money, so you didn't know what Bill Belichick was spending it. So what?
Well, Tom can't spend the money. He can only make it available. So he made it available to Belichick. To me, I am lost. The biggest mystery to me, maybe in your sport, is where did all the cap money go? Because Tom gave him a ton of cap money.
Well, look, the way I look at it like this: if LeBron James says, "This is what I'm worth," somebody pay me what I'm worth, and I'm gonna do it. Skip, he's not taking half. He's not giving you half effort. He's not giving you half play. Pay me for what I'm worth. And what the Lakers deemed his value to be over the last 2 years is $85 million.
If he'd taken 20 and 20, would it have helped his chances to win more championships?
No.
No? So if they had an extra $25 million to play with under the cap, you couldn't add an 8th man or a 9th man who would be much better than the 8th or 9th that you're going to wind up with?
Skip, I can assure you, Rob Pelinka has looked all around, and he tried to add, and I'm sure he's read about AD waited long. That's why AD probably waited as long as he could, did. And LeBron was waiting. Okay, what can we add? Could we add a piece? Could we add a piece there? Well, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to add a piece. So, boom, we're going to move forward with what we have. Skip.
It also would have been such great PR to say, you know what? I'm just taking less money so we can win titles.
Yeah. No, Skip. But let me ask you a question. I take less money. Is there any guarantee that we're going to win a title if I take less money?
No, but there's a guarantee you're going to have a better chance.
No, ain't no bet. Skip. LeBron was on max money last year. AD was on max money last year. They won the title. Hold up. Paul George was on max money. Kawhi Leonard was on max money. They didn't. There are no guarantees in sports. That's why we love sports so much, because they are none. And we got to stop this notion. You need to really stop this notion, Skip. Tom Brady is not the only way to do things. Well, because Tom did it like this, everybody else, Tom can do whatever he likes. But just because
he's just the GOAT, so that's one way to do it.
Well, hey, Floyd Mayweather did it his way. A lot of other people have promoters. Floyd Mayweather say, I want to charge off it.
No cap.
But he can do it his way, Skip.
It's a solo sport.
Exactly. So, Skip, at the end of the day, LeBron Inc. LeBron is an entity in and of himself.
Sure.
And my job is to make as much money as I possibly can, have as many memories as I possibly can. So right now, I got a lot of good memories, and I've made a ton of money. Continue to do that. So, but because Tom Brady does what he does. LeBron James don't live his life on what Tom did.
Okay, don't come to me with, we don't have enough help.
Oh, no,
okay?
no. Don't come to me talking about no asterisk when we win another title. Because that you retry. Exactly. We got it.
Yeah.
Got that.
You need another
Go get another one.
Maybe they'll have to go bubble again.
It doesn't matter. Guess what? 20 years from now, won't nobody remember. All they remember the rings and things. Do you remember, Skip?
I won't forget.
Oh, 99 was a strike short year.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Skip? Guess what? Tim Duncan didn't win the title. Is the asterisk by it? In 2012, the Heat won the title. Was the asterisk by it? I think not.
Tim Duncan should have been 5-0 in finals.
Skip, I don't know what he should have been.
Yeah.
I don't know what he should have been. I know what he is. I know what he is.
Yep.
Skip, normally when people on a joyous occasion, congratulations. Thank you. Oh, man, that's not what you're doing here.
Congratulations on your great luck.
Yeah, we don't need no luck. Y'all got issues. We're going to talk about the issues that y'all got going on in the basement. We heard it all along.
It's fake news. All fake news.
We heard it all along. We upstairs because we live in a duplex. You know, the duplex, you can hear everything. I told you. Your day coming. It's going to happen sooner than later.
Well, opening night is your night.
No, Skip.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll give you a congrats. I know you're happy about this. I know you're excited.
I need to be there.
This is your
I need to be in the theater.
You can't go right now to these games. So you can't find a way inside.
The Lakers need to hire me for 1 day. I'm about to go into quarantine for 14 days so I get a job with the Lakers so I can be in attendance.
To be honest, I feel like you could pull it off.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.
There's a lot there. Shannon, why did LeBron make such a big deal of this?
Well, I think the thing is that when any time you play with someone, it kind of stings you a little bit if you have respect for a player. And players, Skip, players value players' comments about themselves more so than, say, media or someone outside of the basketball community. So that's why when players or former players say things about present players, it bothers them, and a lot of times they will respond. And when you play with someone, yes, and people are like, well, that shouldn't bother him. It would bother me if John said one of his most collection, John Elway, my quarterback, if he said, you know what, if someone else had played after me, man, this is the first time I've had a big play tight end, a guy that I can throw the ball to in tough situations, and I know he can make a catch.
But he didn't say.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm trying to give people an insight how things, when you value someone, you play with someone, and you think they're, I don't think LeBron and Kyrie were ever friends, but you think, okay, we're teammates, we're going for the same common goal, and that's to win a championship. But this also goes to show you how things get continuously repeated, and people take them as true. Now, Kyrie said this is the first time, but it's not true. LeBron James has more playoff buzzer beaters than any other player in NBA history. That is not conjecture. That is not innuendo. That is not speculation. That is factual. LeBron James, let me repeat this for the people at home.
I'm having trouble with that factual, but I'll get to that in a moment.
LeBron James has more playoff buzzer beaters than any other man that has dribbled a basketball in the NBA or the ABA. Okay, this is what we've done here, Skip. So I'm going to take the final 10 seconds on game tying or go-ahead shots in the final 10 seconds of a playoff game. LeBron James is 9 of 22. That's 41%. The guy that Kyrie spoke so glowingly of, Kevin Durant, is 2 of 13. That's 30%. Kyrie Irving talking about he finally got somebody that can make the same shot that he made. In game time or go-ahead shots in the final 10 seconds of a playoff game, Kyrie Irving has yet to take one and make one. You see how constantly repeating something, repetitions of a lie, does not make it true. No matter how many times you repeat said inaccuracy. Skip Bayless, look. Even while they were playing, Skip, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving had 9 game-tying or go-ahead shots in the final minute. LeBron James had 14. So while he's heaping praise on someone that he's never played with, the guy that was sitting next to him was taking and making more big shots than Kyrie Irving. So it stung LeBron to hear that and Skip anytime a former teammate, especially if, and Kyrie ain't just any teammate, Skip, you know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving is not the 11th guy, is not the 8th guy on a roster. Kyrie Irving was the second best player in Cleveland. So yes, it stung LeBron, and I can imagine if someone were to say this, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, I'm trying to think. Some player that played with Tom Brady goes somewhere else is like, man, this is the first time I had a quarterback that can get me the ball in position, I can make plays, he give me an opportunity to run after the catch. That would bother Tom, especially if...
But that didn't happen.
Skip, go ahead, Skip.
Well, it just...
Skip, I'm trying to tell people, see, what you want to do is try to say, well, LeBron James is sensitive. I'm telling you, if Stephen A. Smith has said something, if Shannon Sharp wants to say something about Skip Bayless, you won't let him. You can put on this turf persona, but Skip, I know a different side of you.
But
so this notion, Skip...
They didn't. Right? He did say this. Aren't you a little surprised that he's still so stung by this?
Yeah.
It's 2 months later and he just unloads? Aren't you a little surprised?
No,
You're a little surprised.
I'm not surprised, Skip. This is Skip. He said this. He was on the podcast. So you would have preferred him respond immediately? Unfortunately, in October, LeBron James was winning the title, while Kyrie Irving had his butt rehabbing. There's the difference between the two. And even though at all the great big shots that he could take and make, he has yet to take and make big shots outside of Cleveland. So let's get this straight here, and then I'm going to let you have it. Before LeBron got back to Cleveland, Kyrie Irving was in the lottery every single year.
He was.
After Kyrie Irving left LeBron James, his teams played better once Kyrie Irving was injured and had moved on. That's fact. Look at what happened with the Brooklyn Nets once Kyrie Irving got hurt. Look at what happened with the Boston Celtics once Kyrie Irving left and was injured.
True.
That's fact.
And fact also that Kyrie made the shot that won LeBron a Game 7 and a championship at a 3-1 comeback against Golden State. Am I right?
So what happened? So let me ask you a question. If LeBron don't hit that shot in Cleveland against Chicago,
well, this was Game 7 at Oracle.
We might not
Who made the last shot? Who made it?
We might not get to a Game 7 if he doesn't hit that shot in Chicago.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, now it's just okay.
Well, I mean, that's just silliness, but whatever.
Why is it Skip? It was 1-1.
However you want to spin this.
Skip, it was 1-1.
Okay. All right, it is my turn. First of all, my first comment is LeBron needs to get his own podcast because he keeps dropping bombshells on road tripping podcasts, right?
Yeah, the shot.
Okay. Well, but why does he keep going on with RJ and Alex Clifton and Channing Frye? Yeah. And it seems like every time he goes on, he's very calculated, obviously premeditated, and he wanted to express himself on this issue, and I'm sure they were prepared for him to unload on this on their podcast. I'm like, why are you doing it on theirs? You should make your own podcast, right?
He has Uninterrupted. He has the shop.
Why wouldn't you save this for the shop then? Why would?
If the shop is going to be a minute before he starts shooting that again, or he's already put that in the can.
Well,
but here's the thing, like you said he's the most intriguing athlete going today.
So it's every day it's something with LeBron. So we actually had two other LeBron stories from yesterday from the media session he did, and we are not able to get to them today because this one just transcended.
Right.
And we need to really look at this one hard a couple of times so we don't have room for LeBron talking about his whole goal is to play with his son or against his son in the NBA.
Oh, we also missed that one. We talked about the Clippers were talking that you know what.
Okay.
But we'll get to that one sooner or later.
It's every day. It's something with the king.
He's LeBron.
He is the most interesting man, not just in sports, in the history of sports. There's never been anything like this man for. And it's not always premeditated. He just has a force field around him in which news just seems to ooze from his pores.
Correct.
It's something every day.
Correct.
Okay, so help me out here.
Okay.
This man just won a championship.
Yes.
This man, you say, is the GOAT, even beyond Michael Jeffrey Jordan in Chicago.
Yes.
And yet, here he is 2 months later, and this pushed the deepest button in him. This hit the deepest nerve in LeBron James because he is bearing his soul about this. He is unloading as we approach a new season. And it's 2 months after the fact. And he's going on and on about how even during the finals, it shook him up so much that he requested during the finals that somebody who works with or for him had to go get the transcript of this just so he wanted to read it.
He wanted to make sure that they didn't take snippets, you know what I'm saying, Skip, because sometimes you just splice it and you just take this. So let me get the transcript strip so I can actually hear what was said, how it was said, and how the subject was broached. So now, Skip, I got everything. I can just look at it like, oh, you said, so you did say that. It wasn't cut and splice and...
Huh. Okay, all right. So he carefully went over this.
Yes, he did.
He digested it, and now he is regurgitating all of it.
Yes.
To what end? I don't know. What is the point? Because who cares what Kyrie Irving says? They're not teammates anymore, and Kyrie made it crystal clear when he walked out the door on LeBron in Cleveland, he did not want to play with LeBron anymore. So you gush on and on about how much you love this kid, and you wanted him, which is just baloney. He said, I always wanted to see him be the MVP of our league. Not when he was playing with LeBron did he wanted to see Kyrie be the MVP. I'm sorry. Stop it. I call BS on that.
You know the last year, Kyrie took more shots than LeBron, right?
Okay, that's fine. But the point was, there's no way he wanted him to be the MVP or that he loved him like a little brother. I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
So you got a problem with LeBron bringing that up. But I noticed, you know what, Skip? You had no problem when Michael Jordan brought his high school coach and ridiculed him that you cut it. He brought the guy that made the team over him 25 years later. He brought him out there and embarrassed him. He brought
what does that have to do with this?
But my question is, why was he regurgitating it 25 years later? If you got a problem with 2 months, you damn sure should have a problem with 25 years.
Okay, but that was his Hall of Fame acceptance.
What difference does it
wanted to
make?
call out everybody. No, that's completely apple to orange.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Stop it. And by the way, it's my turn, I think. I think you spoke for 15 minutes. It is now my turn. I have the floor.
We only been on the show for like 9.
I'm just getting started here. So LeBron is so stung that he is just as profane as he has ever been. He is dropping F-bombs. He's dropping GDs. And I'm like,
kind of like Tom Brady.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. Yeah. Oh, this is LeBron. At least Tom doesn't have an eye problem.
I like saying the thing.
What does that have to do with it?
It has everything to do with it. You know it and I know it. Okay, so now let's get back to the guts of this.
I'll take 20.
This nerve at him because he knows he has had issues late game. You can throw all those numbers you want at me, but I'm going to throw a whole bunch back at you, and it is my turn right now. Countless times late in games, LeBron James has run from the free throw line because he does not trust himself at the free throw line because, by the way, in free throw percentage on potential game-tying or go-ahead free throws in the final 5 seconds, fourth quarter